Hello Scorpio, Johnny Alchemy here. Thank you again for joining me on my channel. We're going to be doing your beginning of January tarot card reading. I hope everyone here has had a great new year and a good start to this new year as well. Just a reminder, this is going to be a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what does not, all that good stuff. Everything here is to empower you to make the best decisions so you can create the life that you want. Okay. Let's see what we got. Okay, so let's talk about the recent to long-term past. Let's start off here with the Five of Swords. Five of Swords, cutting out relationships or people around you who are no longer serving your best self, your highest intentions, all that type of stuff. So here, if you've had a lot of conflicts with some people in the past and you've had to part ways, whether it be a relationship, friendship, family, doesn't matter, just pretty much having to let people go. Honestly, I think that was for the best, whoever it was that you had to cut ties with, because I see other things here. We got the Nine of Cups as well. I really think there's something here telling me that, from cutting those ties, you've only found abundance in a certain way. You found emotional abundance by getting rid of those people. Really, with that Nine of Cups is saying, that you are able to make a wish happen. I mean, I'm not sure if you wanted to get rid of someone out of your life. Maybe you broke up with someone, or maybe you just wanted to get rid of a toxic person in your life, maybe an old ex or whatever. I'm not sure. But really it's just saying, just by cutting ties, this really opened up a lot of abundance for you on that emotional level. And I think it's probably more of a personal decision to do so. Maybe this person was just draining or something to you, possibly. We also got the Wheel of Fortune in reversed. So here is kind of saying, cutting ties with anyone, despite what I said about that Nine of Cups feeling, it's still not an easy process, because this is just saying that there are certain things that are just not meant to be. Whenever I see the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, it talks about the Wheel of Life, talks about destiny, talks about karma, all these types of things, all these forces that are beyond human conception, if you believe in them, So really it's just saying that, there are certain things that are meant for us and some things that aren't. And I think for some of you, by cutting out those ties, I think you were very aware of that. If that makes sense, knowing that this person or the situation is not good for me, is really holding me back. So by doing so, you've created emotional abundance for yourself in your life. So that's kind of in the past, things that have been going on, maybe end of last year, all this other stuff. So now let's move on to the present. Now I love to see this. We got the King of Swords here. This comes right underneath that Wheel of Fortune reversed, as I said before. So I have a feeling here, King of Swords is all about knowledge and turning knowledge into wisdom and using all the things that you've experienced as first-hand experience instead of second-hand knowledge, So really it's telling me, like, you kind of knew in a certain way with the Wheel of Fortune being above this card, that you knew that, how life is, how things work sometimes, like if it's meant to be, cool. If it's not, then it's not, and I think it's your mental fortitude and conviction right here saying, I know how this could turn out either way. Regardless of what happens, I am going to be happy, and I think that's where that Nine of Cups plays in. So really, I think this is saying for some of you, whatever you had to let go of in your life, that may have maybe given you happiness or that you took a chance on, and if it didn't work out, it doesn't stop you from having trust, power, and belief in yourself and how life works for some of you. I think for some of you, this is saying that you are wise to how life is supposed to be run. Like nothing is guaranteed. We all just take chances and risks. Sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't, And even more so, we got two more wands here for your present moment. We got the Ace of Wands right here. So this comes right underneath that Five of Swords. So this is really telling me by letting that person go or not having that situation work out, it really frees you up, like, in terms of like to move on with your life in some type of way. This is really the universe offering you, your walking stick, your torch, if you will, to go on an adventure, to start something new. So if there's something here for some of you in this present moment, who are starting anything new in January, sometimes people have New Year's resolutions and all this other stuff, So if you are starting something new, I could see that for some of you, just making the best use of your time to really explore, experiment, adventure into new things maybe that you've never done before. Love seeing this right in the middle of your spread. We got the 8 of Wands here. So again, even more so, if you are starting off something new, I could see you really going in hard, focusing in on just like really being committed to it. And hopefully you can do that for the whole year as a New Year's resolution. But pretty much is saying whatever you want to start right now, you should start it. I think this is really a sign that's saying there's energy, there's passion, there's a certain focus on what it is you want to do. So I think it's like really saying strike while the iron is hot, as that saying goes, if you will. So in that present moment, there's a lot of freedom for you right now to do whatever you want. So just pick something and go with it. Truly, I think, as I said with that King of Swords as well, you have a certain idea of that releases you from any type of hurt. You don't expect too much. You don't, hope so low. You just have an even keel mind, So go with that. I see that mental fortitude as being a big asset to you in terms of like facing challenges, facing failures, facing any of that where it won't stop you. It will actually drive you and push you to go forward. So let's talk about things, to consider moving forward, as well as things that might be coming along the way. So piggybacking on what I said before in terms of that, we got 7 of Cups here reversed. So here it's really saying to you that, you have a lot of options, a lot of options here. And I think it's in the reverse because it's saying for you to use that King of Swords energy, that knowledge, that experience that you've gone through to really look through or look past any opportunities that are not meant for you. Something could seem really good on paper, but then when you're actually going through it and actually doing the daily things needed to do it, it could be a lot less glamorous than what it seems. And you could realize this really isn't what I wanted to do, and I wish I didn't spend that money or spend that much energy or time to figure that out. So it's really asking you to use what you know about yourself in order to guide you to what that decision is, what will give you that emotional fulfillment, if that's what you're looking for the year. We also got the 10 of Swords. Love seeing this. This comes right underneath that King of Swords. So this really tells me that you're putting an end to any type of pain. Could be related to that 5 of Swords, whoever you cut out of your life, whether it be a situation or whatever it is, or a person, doesn't matter. But really, I think it's over. It's over in your mind. You're not going to focus on it anymore. You're going to allow it to die and just be something else. I always look at this card and I see the man with all these swords and I say to myself, it's like this old version of himself has to die, and then his soul gets transcended into something new. So this is really a card that I see as turning old pain and old despair, hurt, and then you let it die so that it can be transcended into wisdom and lessons. So I think that's really coming underneath that King of Swords. I think that's where a lot of your knowledge and power and firsthand experience lie. As a Scorpio, I totally get it. It comes from darker things, from pain or failure or heartache or whatever it is, but that's our power to transform those things into things that are positive, to regenerate from those things, to heal from those things, so transformation is not hard for us. We can understand and embrace the dark and not be afraid of it, Also, we got the Chariot. Love to see another major arcana. This comes right underneath that Ace of Wands. So really, whatever you are planning to do or start a new adventure of some kind for the year, I think it says 2 things, that you're really going to run with it far, or that it could take you to new places that you did not know were possible by doing it, So really, I think this Chariot card, especially underneath the Ace of Wands, is saying, that this could be something that could take you something long-term, like take you further in the year, of doing, that could just really hold your interest and take you to places or opportunities that you didn't think were possible. Let's pull out some more cards for clarity. Let's see here. Got the Hanged Man, another major arcana. We got the Sun. Love that. And we got that Seven of Cups again. Okay. So let's touch upon each one. Hanged Man here. Love to see this. You know, whenever I'm with this card, and I could really see here, in terms of, you know, with that Ten of Swords especially, you know, when you think about the Hanged Man, you almost think of like an executionary style noose hanging type of thing, you know. I think here it really said, like, you know, that you've gone through that process of having to die and be reborn, you know, as I said with that Ten of Swords, you know, to go through something to go dive deep into some type of darkness in order to find a new enlightenment or a new way of looking at something, a new perspective, whatever it is. But I think by doing so, you have been able to transform your dark into light. I say that because we got the Sun card, same exact thing as I was saying before, you know, transforming whatever pain that you have gone through in the past and bringing it to the surface, bringing it into your conscious mind, into your light, and incorporating that into that being, you know. So really it's saying, you know, that you were able to find your light in the darkness from that darkness, if you will, you know. Usually this it's funny to see here, but usually this Hanged Man and some of the other tarots, he has like a halo or something right underneath it. But the way with this lands right here is almost as if the sun is its halo right here. The sun is the enlightenment that it gets by doing that that act of hanging upside down, or, you know, going through a shadow work type of process. Finally, we got that Seven of Cups again. Seeing it here twice, very interesting. It really is telling me that, you know, by going through this process, you really are opening up a lot of new opportunities for emotional fulfillment. You know, the world is your oyster right now. That's really what I'm getting. You know, like everything is available to you. It's just for you to pick something, and pick something, as I said, that you know from your own experiences is something that you would enjoy. You know, so really choose something along those lines, something that you already know about yourself very deeply. It can, again, like, you know, it can help open up a lot more opportunities and unknown potential by doing so. Let's pull out some more cards. Gratitude, light. What did I say? Acceptance. Love that. So here, you know, I think for some of you Scorpios who have gone through this process of just, like, you know, letting people go, you know, for even like the Wheel of Fortune, if anyone had any type of bad luck or unlucky streaks at all, you know, I think from this reading it shows that you've withstood all of those things, and I think it puts you in a place of gratitude, which is awesome. Or some of you might be able to finally see some of those previous situations that caused you pain, and to, as you're learning the wisdom and lessons from them, you can finally start to feel gratitude instead of just any type of pain or hurt. As I said before, we got light, transforming your darkness into light, that Sun card. That's exactly what I said before too, you know. So really it's really just, you know, synchronistic right now, talking about transformation from the shadow work process and bringing something to the light. Finally, acceptance. Acceptance of who you are, acceptance of life and how it works, acceptance of your situations or in the outcomes of them, whether they be good or bad. You know, I think for some of you, this is really very indicative, like this Wheel of Fortune right here. As I said before, you know, there are certain energies and things beyond us that are in control, whether it be a higher power, karma, destiny, doesn't matter what you want to ascribe it to, but there are certain things that are beyond us, and when we accept them for what they are and not be you know, not have such a reaction if things don't work out our way, but just say, hey, that's the way it is. It is what it is. That's all I can say. And when you really accept that, not in a positive or negative way, but just really accept it, life gets a lot easier because, you know, you just are less offended by it at the end of the day, you know, when things do not work out the way you want them to. Soul love. Okay, final card. Love to see this. Soul love, I mean, this really is a healing process back to you, Scorpio. I mean, really. I mean, that Ten of Swords really especially. It's just saying that you really are ending something that was once painful to you, that caused maybe, you know, a lot of mental and emotional heartache and despair. And so now it's really, as I said, the world is at your fingertips. And you have the freedom and the ability to do whatever you want right now. So make a choice and choose it, you know, and regardless, the universe is going to do something to either help you out or at least put you on the right path to where you belong. whatever it is, you know. But soul love, I think there is something here where you're getting back to your oneness, back to your soul, and by doing so you are experiencing love by doing it. So that's kind of what I see here for the beginning of January for some of you Scorpios out there. If this does resonate, don't forget to hit that like button. Leave me a comment if you like. I love to read your guys' comments and respond to them. And if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. Would love to keep in touch for future videos, but that's all I got for you right now. I want to say thank you for everyone who has subscribed in the month of December. Excuse me. Really appreciate it. But that's all I got for you right now, and I will have more for you very soon. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.